Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Euron Systems channel. So, today will be the episode 2 on Business Spotlight. So, yes, my name is Mir and I am the sales head in the Euron system. So, we will be going ahead. We have one of our coach coming from Egypt, and her name is Coach Hala Taid, and she has more than 20 years of experience. Okay, and she will be joining us today. She's a certified professional for more than 20 years of experience of corporate experience in translation and administration. Her extensive background includes pivotal roles in training, sales, and HR at top organizations like Zen Telecom, the ICRC, and the Al Shaya Group. Hala uniquely blends human depth with corporate precision. She empowers her clients to achieve balance and self awareness, helping them unlock personal solutions and build strong relationships. Her approach is highly structured and value based, utilizing a strategic toolkit that includes the wheel of life and value alignment, smart goal setting, action planning, and decision making. Hala doesn't just help you set goals, she provides the clarity and the roadmap to overcome obstacles and transform your quality of life. So, thank you all for joining and welcome. So, let me introduce her onto the stage. And everybody watching it, please like our channel, subscribe to our channel, like the stream, and share it for somebody who might need it. So here we have
Hello.
Coach Hala Faid. Over to you, ma'am. We would love to understand more from your end.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for the great introduction. I'm honored to be here. I value every opportunity to share our experience, our knowledge to benefit. Sometimes it's only a sentence, sometimes it's like an experience that we share. So, thank you.
Yes. And to give an understanding, she had accepted our invitation in a pretty short period of time. And we have almost 4.5 hours of time difference. She has been very generous and kind, taking out the time for us and coming onto this live. So, ma'am, if you could just give a little brief of what you really do and how you have been able to, overcome and help people transform their life. So we can take it ahead from there.
Right, right. My experience started in administration, as you've just mentioned, Mr. Mir. I had 20 years of experience with the corporates in Kuwait. I'm Lebanese and I live in Egypt, but I was born and raised and worked and got married in Kuwait. So all my corporate experience is was in Kuwait. I came into coaching like many coaches through search, search for answers, search for solutions, search for transformation. And I got my first certification in 2025, December 2025, from
Oh, wow.
International Coach Academy. Um I always say if coaching does not serve anyone, if the coach does not serve anyone from their studies, we learn on the personal level. Yeah. In 2023, I got my second certification in a program that I love so much. It's called the Incredible You coaching certification. I got it. It's our trainer is Arfin Khan. He transformed our lives big time. How? How?
Wow.
With Arfin, we learned to know more about ourselves. You know, we share the same tools. All the coaches share the same tools, as you've just mentioned. We have wheel of life, knowing the strength points, knowing the values. We all share. You know, we play with the tools. With the Incredible You, Arfin consolidated all these tools in a system, a rigid system. And this is what touched my heart. Because I always say we have to have self exploration journey first to be able to go out. People usually go to school, college, go out to the corporate world, not knowing a lot about who they really are. So this is what I play around with my coaching.
Great, great. Thank you so much for that introduction and to give us the clarity of what exactly you do. So, if I give you a little bit of heads up about what we do at Euron and the Euron Systems, so we are actually a learning management system. We provide trainers, coaches, people like you who are into the coaching industry, education industry, a platform to set up the online academy. So our goal is to make sure that your lives get better, your students have more great experience using a platform, and they should be coming back to you for your amazing knowledge plus for the setup which we are able to provide. Our platform is very easy to use. We have AI integrations as well, to make sure that you can go live as soon as possible. You can start focusing on the actual outcome. You can focus more on how you can give better knowledge, better structured knowledge to your respective people. So now let us get into a bit of insights, because Egypt is not a place which has been very much explored in the coaching market. So if you could give us a little bit understanding on how is the actual coaching market in Egypt, how many coaches are there in general, what is the competitive nature among the students, what do they really love to do, like are they into, like in India we are quite known for engineers and doctors, IAS officers, IPS officers. We love competitive exams. We hail to IITs, IIMs. We hail to Stanford and everything. So all the top tech professionals around the world are Indians, as you're aware of it. So what does the basic Egyptian have a mindset? How do they look at this mentoring, coaching? How open are they? And are there actually any real big players in the market, like who are doing like very huge amount of business, have a lot of students, like transactions in millions? So if you could give an insight about what really is the Egypt market all about.
Right, right. It's the same in terms of the strong the importance of being engineers and doctors and lawyers is the same culture in Egypt, very much in Egypt, unlike in Kuwait or back in Lebanon. I saw that. What I have noticed among the coaching industry in Egypt, it's very strong, and the background, comparatively, my experience is uh, negligible compared to the backgrounds of the gurus. We have a lot of well-known coaches, and some of them are devoted to educate coaches. Like I know two professional master coaches. They keep training coaches on the ICF standards. So they are not devoted into graduating more coaches into the industry. No, they want to get all the certified coaches and put them on the right track, and their devotion is really appreciated. So, and what I have noticed as well in Egypt, a lot of professionals are turning into coaches. Okay, along with their professions, they get certified as coaches and they work simultaneously in both professions. I'll give you an example. I've met a lot of nutritionists who studied coaching and now they give coaching in their own field. So the fields, the niches in Egypt, very, very big time. Not like when I started coaching in 2015, it was very limited. Like career coaching, business coaching, all these general fields. But now, no, it's more specific. Now you can find, not for example, in family, it used to be a family counseling, family coaching. No, now it's more specific. What category, what age group of the children, what type of like couples
Okay.
there are. So it's not
Oh,
only
wow.
there. There are coaches for working moms. There are coaches for single females. There are coaches for divorced. So it's more. It's the same with the rest of the world, but I can see it now clearly in Egypt, and the demand is so huge, big demand.
Oh,
For
wow.
me, I'm specialized in self-love and clarity and self-love, and I basically give my services to females.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, and I've seen there is a big awareness level. People want to learn. They want
Okay.
to know who they are, because what I believe is that real change does not start with the action. No, I want to take action, I want to have an action plan, a roadmap, and so on. No, it all starts from within.
Hmm.
For example, the first question we ask in any coaching session is,
Okay.
what do you want? So knowing
What
what we want in the first place is very important. Who you are is another important question. Like, I remember I had a client who came to me and she was complaining and crying about her marriage, about her husband. Okay. And I asked her simply, what do you want? And she stopped. Then, do you want divorce? She said, no. Okay. What do you want? You have to know
What do you exactly want to do?
what do you exactly want. Then with the coach we work together on finding out how we can achieve where we are right now, where do we want to reach, and what steps we can take to achieve that goal.
Great. So I believe it's as competitive and as important as the Indian market. Really amazed to know that even the Egypt market has so many coaches, and they are transforming themselves to service to people. Because in India as well, there are a lot more specific and specializations of coaches. Clinical psychology is there, and then there is only for couple theory. Then there is only related to family planning. Then there is only related to children education, then for working professionals, in working professionals specifically for IT people, non-IT people. So I do see a lot of similarities between the Indian market and the Egyptian market. So what is that one reason you feel that the Indians have not targeted the Egyptian market? Are they really big or good Indian players as coaches in the Egypt market, or is it more dominated by the locals itself?
uh, so you're asking me about the Indian market, why?
I'm
I
just
didn't get that.
understanding. I'm trying to understand how many Indian players are there in the Egypt market. Like, do we have some Indian coaches who are training Egypt people?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in a place to know all these statistics. For me, personally, I don't know how many coaches are actually, frankly speaking, because I'm not a member of the Egyptian chapter of ICF. I'm not yet
Okay,
a member of that, but I know that there are thousands of coaches. I'm a member of the um, Arab Coach Development Foundation,
hmm,
and this is a foundation that was established 3 years ago
okay,
by Dr. Nadia Abdel Al, and Dr. Nadia is one of the people who want to make the shift in the coaching industry for the coaches in the first place, and paying back for the community as well.
got it. Okay,
So, in
Okay.
terms of statistics about how many, I'm not in
Not
a
sure.
position to answer.
Got it, got it. So, like, what is the local language do you guys generally speak? See, I mean, I believe it's Arabic, but what are the other commonly spoken languages in Egypt? Let's say because I'm sitting in India, if I have to cater the Egyptian market, so technically, I should be knowing Arabic, or maybe I should have a partner in Egypt who should technically be able to, cater those people. But let's say if I do not have both of the situations, I'm not a fluent Arabic speaker, nor I know anybody in the Egypt market who is a coach who could do a business collab. So which is the second most spoken language where we can focus? If I'm a educator tomorrow, I want to be a coach and I want to target Egypt audience and I want to train them or I want to coach them. So which is the second most spoken language over there?
Of course, English. English is well spoken here in Egypt, and in Egypt there are lots of guests, international guests in all the industries who come over to have big events in Egypt, and the basic, I mean, the most important, I mean, not the most important, the spoken language of the event is English. I don't know if it's the same in India. On the education sector, like in schools, there are lots of international schools where the students of these schools, the Egyptian students of these schools, barely speak Arabic.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yes. So English is well spoken here in Egypt.
Okay, great. So let's say if I want to, get into the coaching industry and I would love to, serve the Egyptian market. So what do you think, which is a really good initial target audience? Like whom should I target initially? Should I go with the school students or to the working professionals or to female, like how you're doing the self-love, clarity, and you're targeting the women who you want to help and guide them? So, which is the one niche you would suggest an Indian or anybody from the international market, if they are looking forward to get into the Egypt market, which is that one sector they should definitely look into?
Right. Frankly speaking, there are three things here. Number one, going on your own as a company, that will go with trial and error.
Okay.
I would suggest, if you want to focus on coaching, I would suggest that you partner with big coaching bodies here in Egypt, like ICF Egypt chapter, like Arab Coach Development Foundation, and so on. If you want to target corporates, corporates, then I would suggest that every field, I would suggest that you go by your expertise, like people who are experienced with the schools, with students going into colleges, okay, should go to schools. Like for me, I go I my experience is in self-love and clarity. I would target schools. I would talk, that actually is part of my 2026 goals, is to speak in schools and universities.
Wow.
Yeah, and the reason I want to do that is, first, I want to target not the students but the staff. A lot of working females are there, and they give all their energy in the morning and they go back in the afternoon to their homes with drained energy. So that,
Right.
for me, that is why I want to speak in schools and universities, let alone speaking to the students themselves, because I want to I mean, not tell them, I want to educate them about the importance of exploring within. It's very, very important, and it's a pleasant journey to know what my values are. Why do I get upset with this situation? Why is this a trigger? Why is this person, this particular thing, if someone says it, if X person says it, I don't get triggered. But if Y person says it, I get triggered. So all this is all within.
Right.
So
I mean,
yeah.
wow.
So for you, it depends. When you plan to go to Egypt, who is going to be there? Who is going to that, and in that business trip? What's their background specialty?
Understood. So it is more important that I focus on what I deliver the best, what I can guide in the best and train. And then obviously, have a partner. Obviously, having a local partner increases a lot more,
Yes.
credibility as well as increase in the visibility. And the third option, I think the schools and universities are a good place to start with, with the expertise which we have. I think generally people from the age of, 13 to 18 are the ones who really require, these kind of awareness, understanding where they have to go, because they are the future, nationals. They are the future generation which is going to lead the country. There could be somebody as a prime minister coming out from there. There could be somebody who could be a great, scientist. Those are the future of the country. So I think that
Right.
sector pretty is good. So
Yes.
we will just take a couple of questions from the chat. Technically, we take it at the end, but I do see a lot questions showing up. So there is one question which says, in your opinion, what is driving professionals to transition into coaching? So why do you feel that there are a lot coaches, or people loving or wanting to get into the coaching industry, especially in the Egypt market?
Because actual transformation comes with coaching. Coaching, what does a coach do? Coaches don't give answers, coaches don't give directions. Coaches ask questions. That's our tool. We ask questions and raise the clarity level of the client. Like, so a lot of professionals, they want to succeed in their fields. You
Right.
name it. Managers. Let's take the corporate world. Now there are hired coaches in the big corporations. Hired.
To
They
train
hire
the
coach. It wasn't before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they hire to train their team members or the employees of
To
their
coach.
organization.
No, no, to coach, to
Okay.
coach.
To
There
coach.
are
Okay.
hired coaches who coach now. And when I was in the corporate world, so to speak, we used to like hire them on a contract level. Like 3 months, you coach this team, have this plan, implement, and go. No, now there are assigned coaches in the corporates. They are part of the staff of the company as coaches. So going back to that
Wow.
question, what's driving professionals to transition? It's the transformation they saw in what coaching does. Proper coaching. I'm not
Great.
talking, because in every field, there's the commercial side. People who take a training course and they say we are professional coaches. It's the same with everyone. Like
Mhm.
even in doctors, like
Right. I mean,
in
that's
the-
pretty common.
that's in every profession. But
Right.
professional coach who does make the real transformation, people professionals can see that. That's why they transition into coaching.
Great. So we have another beautiful question. I really wanted to take it from Ruchil Kaushal. It says, how can someone validate if their coaching idea actually has demand? As I said, if I want to start something in Egypt and I say I want to go ahead with the school students, how can I evaluate this idea? How do I get to know that the market is requiring this kind of a coaching or this kind of a guidance? How do I evaluate myself to get into this?
That's a very good question. Knowing the measure. What do I want to achieve by going there?
Right.
My
Mhm.
intention. What do I want to achieve? Then from there, I can list down the measures. I'll give an example. For example, um, let's talk about schools
Okay.
and universities. Let's talk about schools and universities.
Mm.
Attendance. There is a
Okay.
lot of absenteeism in nowadays schools, and people go. I mean, students go back on track only when they get their first warning, second warning, and so on. So if
Oh,
I keep
okay.
that in mind, I want to start my coaching business with the schools to raise the attendance level, because raising the attendance level will affect their performance.
Right.
All right. And improving their performance will definitely affect the how the students feel, first of all, about themselves. And
Very
I
true.
remember I coached one student once until they got good grades. Um all what I did is show them what's in it for them. And when they got that good grade, their first good grade, I asked, how do you feel now? I didn't do anything. They did the work. They got the
Right.
higher grades. So I made them just see the importance of getting high
Wow.
grades.
Nice. I
Right?
mean, wow, beautifully said. Okay, so we have one more really beautiful question, and I feel probably you're the one of the best people to answer this. We have Mustafa Ali asking us,
Mhm.
most people feel lost right now. What's the real reason people lack clarity in their life? So how do I get to know why is there no clarity? I want to do, let's say, coaching. I want to be into sales. I want to do marketing as well. I want to even do IT. I want to code as well. So how do I get that clarity? Because I'm so lost. Because whatever the trend is coming, there is AI today, then there is tomorrow generative AI, then there is some other AI tool or some other technology. So
Mhm.
how do I get the clarity that, oh no, no matter what happens in the world, I know I need to do this. I need to master this. I need to do this really amazing, or I need to get well or better in this respective thing. So, how do I get clarity? What is that clarity thing in my mind I should have if I'm really confused in my life?
That's a very, very important question on all levels, on all levels.
Wow.
Clarity starts from knowing who we are. There are lots of tools in the market and online that we can explore within. Okay, there are this, for example, the 16 personalities. Personality. Just write the 16
Okay.
personalities test, and you will find. I love Enneagram. Enneagram is a
Okay.
test, it's an assessment that helps
Hmm.
you find out
Validate.
which personality type you have, and knowing that, you will know your state from the personality. We do that in the Incredible You program. We do
Okay.
the assessment, then we get a report that tells us a lot about us. It's an amazing report, and it's tailored to the answers of each and every individual. Like, I gave 100 personality assessment links. The reports they got were tailored for them, for the
Wow.
recipients. So knowing the self is very important. Another thing is knowing the baselines, which are the
Okay.
values. Again, there
Hmm.
are lots of resources I can recommend there. We have it in the Incredible You program, coaching program. Knowing your values and your baselines is very important. Why? Because it helps you understand why you feel the way you feel. I'll give an example here. If someone tells a person who loves education and who studies a lot, and they have their own piles of books and notebooks and everything, they say, "Oh, what's this garbage you keep yourself busy with all the time?" That person who heard the insult will feel sad. But with clarity, if I know that my baseline, my value is respect, my value is education, I will know why that word hurt me. Then I can come up with clear boundaries. Like, this is not something I accept. This is for example. So there are basic things for us to be more aware, to have clarity in our life, knowing who we are, knowing our values, knowing all aspects of our life. Wheel of life is another amazing tool that we all coaches we use, but with the incredible you, we link it to the other tools as well. Like if
Understood.
we look at the wheel of life, it's a wheel. It's like a wheel, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a pizza. It looks like a pizza exactly, with eight
Okay.
slices. Every slice represents one aspect of our lives, whether it's spiritual, financial, health, relationships, career, personal development, all the aspects.
Got
We
it.
all the humans share five aspects. We all care about five aspects, and the remaining three vary. Like stay at home mom does not really care about career. For example, that's just an example. Someone who does not want to volunteer will not care about social service, for example.
Social
But
service,
we
right?
but we all share five important aspects. We all of us across the globe. That's health, wealth,
Okay.
finances,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, we all have that need for the superpowers. Okay,
Right.
relationships, and
Okay.
one important aspect that a lot of people forget about, it's fun, leisure. You find very
Okay.
successful people, very rich, very successful in their career, very rich, strong family bonds, bank statements are really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the fun? Nothing. Definitely they will not be happy.
Okay.
Guaranteed they will not be happy, because that aspect, that important aspect, is not there. That's fun.
Right.
So knowing all these will help you. Oh yeah, this is what I want. Then when we explore within, we will start asking, okay, what do you want to? Now you know all the you have all the tools. How do you want to utilize all these tools to start enjoying life? Enjoy.
Got it. Wow. I mean, wow, that's so well explained with the aspects. I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, health, finance, relationship. Yes, definitely. And obviously, you need to enjoy it eventually. So yeah, now to get a bit more insights about what the Egyptian market is, how comfortable is the Egypt market for online learning? Let's say because I'm in India or there are people from the international market, technically coming down to Egypt, settling there or having a center or a specific place for meeting and training or coaching people might be a bit hard, and it is financially and physically not very much feasible, every time. So how
Mhm.
open is the Egypt market? Let's say if I want to teach something from India, how open is the Egypt market and how are they accepting the online? Like in terms of the attendance, in terms of the focus ratios, in terms of the concentration period of time, and how are they okay with it? And how much do they actually trust the online platforms? Because
Mhm.
you do understand there are a lot of scams which happen every now and then. There might be people who can easily cheat and go away. Obviously, it's online, it's pretty hard to catch. So how is the Egypt market been for online training? Because you also are doing coaching. So do you
Mhm.
do offline coaching, like there are centers or they come to you, or is it online? People are accepting and pretty happy with.
Basically online, everything. Thanks to COVID, frankly speaking, it made the shift in people. You can have now schools depend on online sometimes. Not last week, the week before, the weather was terrible in the Middle East, in Egypt and the Gulf area. The weather. We had
Mhm.
strong dust storm and rain, right? So all the schools, instead, in the past they used to get to say, no, no one comes to school. Now they all turned into online classes, because they have the experience from COVID. Thank God.
Wow.
Sometimes it's all the time. Whatever mishap that
Happens,
happens to
happens.
our life, there is a gift behind it. There is. So
Something good, definitely,
yeah,
which
yeah,
happens.
yeah, yeah. So yes, yes, there are lots of online events, like the coaching certification I got. The second one is from India. It reached
Oh,
me through
wow.
one of these. Yes, Arfin Khan is very well known in India. He's a coach. He's a speaker.
Okay.
He's yeah. I got. I don't remember, was it an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad? Just an ad
Hmm.
that reached
Wow.
me. I was at home, and
Hmm.
it opened the treasures to me.
Wow. I think I should definitely speak to him as well
Yes, yes, yes.
about it. I think definitely that would be a good shadow. So there is one question which I would love to take it ahead. In your opinion, is it better to be a specialist in one niche or a generalist who can help anyone? I genuinely feel you have to be a specialist. You need to have your uh, right one niche that you are the best at this. Obviously, you need to understand the other markets or other niches as well. You need to have the basic understanding. You need to be able to expand, definitely. But then you need to prove something in one niche, right? So first you need to give clarity on that, or you become an expert in that. Once you have done that, maybe then you can start exploring second option. I think always you need to be a specialist. What do you think, ma'am? Do we really need
Yes.
to be a specialist, or I can just be a general one?
Let me tell you. To start with, I've taken, for example, and I'm answering this question to the person who asked. You took your training in coaching. Frankly speaking, you have two choices here. Explore. Give yourself 6 months, for example, or a year. Explore different target audience to find your niche. Like Arfin does not believe in having specific niche. The
Okay.
second thing, this is the first step, to explore, because you might think that I am a relationship coach. I want to be a relationship coach and help people improve their marriages, okay, or specifically marriage relationship. Then with many coaching sessions, I feel drained because for example, I'm just giving an example, not real life case. I feel no, this is not the field or the niche I want to leave an impact. I want to focus on that wife. I don't want to help them solve their marriage problems. I want to focus on that wife only, to help her see what she wants, because sometimes the wives keep complaining about the husbands, whereas the problems are from within. I tell my clients sometimes, she
Oh,
says,
wow. Okay.
yeah, 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 she says, for example, I'm not getting the love I want. I give a lot, I serve, I do anything for my children and my husband, but they don't, you know, pay back in terms of emotions.
Reward it or value. Mhm.
Yeah. The first question I ask her, do you love yourself as much as you want them to love you? When was the last time you did something really joyful for yourself? Until when women will keep
Right.
waiting for the
Right.
the children to pay back, waiting for the husband to pay back whatever services you're giving to the family. No, do it, enjoy it, do it for love, enjoy it. And when they see you happy, they will
Yeah.
come back to you. They will want to be around you. Okay. So going back to the niche,
Right.
so there are two options. Either explore and decide after a while, or see from your own experience what's one experience that you have a success story in, and specialize in that, because it builds
Got it.
strong
Great. Thank you.
credibility, very strong
Wow.
credibility, if
Thank you.
it comes from your own experience and success.
Love it, love it. Okay, thank you so much, Sharik, for asking such a beautiful question. So let us see what we can go ahead with next. So now I would like to go a little bit different. Okay,
Mhm.
so I would like to understand a few things from your end. As you have been working with people globally and you are based in Egypt, so what is the difference do you actually see in the cultures which are commonly faced by women? What are the difficulties which women face? But those difficulties could vary because of the culture. Do you find anything of that sort?
I think it's the same as in India, like talking about the
Hmm.
females, for example. There is
Okay.
more awareness now. There is way more awareness.
Hmm.
You can easily find like groups of women having retreats, having training courses, going online, having group coaching. There is more awareness.
Hmm.
What type of challenges they have because of the culture? I can tell you, like in the countryside areas, not in the cities, they cannot.
Okay.
They need the coaching services. They need the awareness. They need the learning, the education. They need a lot, but they cannot leave. It's not as easy as the city. The women in the city. Okay, it's the same. It's the same. I think in India it's the same. Like they have
Yeah.
internet. They have internet, but internet is only for making quick phone calls, having WhatsApp, but they don't
Right.
have open doors to the great knowledge that the internet provides. They cannot go on Zoom because Zoom takes a lot of their internet. Limited
Okay.
resources. This is
Right.
the
I
main
think
challenge.
limited resources. I think that's pretty common everywhere. I think in
Mm,
India, the tier two and the villages have been doing decent in terms of internet, thanks to I just don't want to tell the name, to one of the richest guy in India. Thanks to his services and his telecom services, that everybody in India majorly, yes, definitely there are areas where we need to penetrate, but majorly we do have good internet in
yeah,
India because of Mr. MA. We can just call him Mr. MA. So he has done really good job in terms of
great.
giving us the access in India at a very cheap rate and with good speeds, technically. So yes, but
Very
obviously
mm,
still the market is still there. We can definitely utilize into it. And okay, we have one question which I wanted to understand. It is from Shreya Jaiswal. If you had to start from scratch today, let's say you became a coach right now, okay, you just certified and you decided that I want to be a coach. So what would you do differently, or what would you do same? So how would you start your journey if it is today?
that's for me, the question for me and for
Yeah,
me
it's for
personally.
you. Right.
If now I go back to December 2020, 2015, 2015, where I became coach for the first time, I wouldn't leave the corporate world.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't because uh, one second, I click something. Yeah, I wouldn't because at least you'll have your networks.
Mm-hmm.
I left at a very early stage, and I moved from Kuwait to Egypt. No, I
Okay.
would I would say if I go back, I will strengthen my network and start a solid on preparing a solid base in Egypt. I literally started from scratch in Egypt. It's totally
Understood.
different with the currency difference. For example, I used to pay, for example, for coaching and for like consulting session, a lot of money.
Counseling.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
here it's not available as easy. It's too expensive. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So if I
Okay.
go back, I'll prepare a strong network. network across the countries, not very strong in one place, and because you want
Wow.
to go out, you don't stick to this place. The whole world needs coaches. I have clients
Wow. The whole
in
world needs
Canada.
coaches.
Yes, yes, there are people who don't know the basic information about coaching. If you say, for example, and now I mentioned the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life is a work-life balance tool. A lot of people
Okay.
don't know it. If they know it, that's simple, the simplest tool. If they just know it, it will make a big difference for them. So if I go back and start from scratch, I'll build strong network. I will have a strong financial start, because coaches never stop learning.
Right.
If you don't have the financial resources, you will not be able to take any training course that you want. I was lucky that I worked in top organizations, and I afforded taking my training course, my first training course from International Coach Academy, that's ICA. Now it's
Mhm.
too expensive. And talking about the exchange rate difference between Egypt and the dollar, Egyptian pound and the dollar, oh my God, it's a lot. It's a
I
lot.
think we Indians are very much able to relate the difference in the currency for sure. And I
Yeah.
think, yes, quality coaches, and I think in the Indian corporate setup, especially, work life balance is a big question mark. You
Hmm.
technically work more than 9 hours, you work for 12 hours, 14 hours. You are not accountable. There's no overpay concept that very much common, or they're not very particular strict laws that follow that you only work for this much amount of period of time for your salary, and if you work for more than that you need to technically get paid more. So I think India also does face this constraint. And considering the Indian population, the biggest aspect which I feel is, because if I don't do, 100 other people are ready to do it. That's the big thing in India. If I don't want
Yeah.
to do this job today, pretty sure there are more than 100 or 500 or even 1,000 or few thousands of people ready to do this job, even at half the pay what I get as of now. So I
Right.
think that's very much, pushes the Indian corporate mindset, or, the corporate world to accelerate a bit more, do beyond what the working hours are. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should definitely look on it.
Another important thing. So in addition to the network and the financial resources, your personal branding. Your personal branding is very important. Like, no matter how long you work, the jobs do not last forever. At a certain age, you'll have to say bye bye, I'm leaving, or they have to say bye bye, we don't need your services at this age anymore.
Got
Okay.
it.
So if you
Very
have
true.
a personal brand, start building. I can tell all the attendees, please start, if you have not already, start working on your personal brand,
Mm.
where people, when they say Hala Fayed, for example, in my community, and Hala Fayed, they know me for something. Go to
Mhm.
your WhatsApp groups and say, and ask that one question. If I am not around, what do you
Mhm.
remember with, for example? Start seeing how people see you, and ask,
Right.
is it what I want them to see me? If it is, then build on it, enhance, build on it. If it's not, then ask yourself, what do you want people to see you, to remember you with, and build on that. Personal branding is.
Got it.
You mentioned something, Mr. Mir, about the AI that can replace us.
Right.
AI cannot, it facilitates work, but it will never be able to replace coaches. I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
First of all, I've seen a post today that big universities are doing researches on the answers that AI is giving, especially if it's used for coaching and for psychology, for counseling. The answers
Okay.
are scary. On the outside, they are good, but if it's asked by real problems, not general, real
Mm-hmm.
problems, real psychology problems, it's like playing with fire. That's number one.
Oh,
I'll share one experience I can tell you when
mm-hmm.
someone said, no, AI will replace coaches. I said, okay, I had a client once and she came to the session. We had many sessions. She came to the session once. If I was AI, I will ask the set of structured questions. But for me, I noticed that she was not well.
Okay.
And I asked her, are you okay? I don't see the same vibe like the previous weeks. And she
Mm-hmm.
started crying. AI will never be able to do that. We will never be able to see the human side of the client.
Wow, very well explained. And thank you, Ruchi Kaushal, for your question as well. We had indirectly answered the question before we displayed it about the importance of personal branding. So thank you
Hmm.
for this question. So now, as I mean, this is a takeaway for me of this session. No matter how advanced the AI is, human emotions cannot be read. It can only be felt by humans.
Yes,
So coaches play a very important role in understanding the emotions and valuing the emotions. Understand
true.
it, value it, realize it. I mean, wow, this is something as a big takeaway we would take. So now let's get towards the end. So first of all, thank you everybody for joining this call, and for the people with really amazing comments on how we are able to help them. Thank you so much for that. And for the people who have asked us questions, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we really apologize for the people whom we couldn't take up the questions because there are we felt it is quite similar to what the other question has been asked, or we also have time constraints. So we really apologize for the people whom we couldn't really mention their questions and their comments. So, but overall, thank you all. And now I would love to give a big thank you to Coach Hala Faeed to come to this call, come to this live event, and share her experience, share her valuable understanding, and especially, I mean, the last line which goes with it: emotions can never be felt by AI. So definitely, this is something as a big takeaway. I would be taking it ahead. But yeah, I'm a little bit of a person who will write off some content. So you might see
Hmm.
something tomorrow itself on LinkedIn. I'm posting about emotions and AI. But with your permission,
Yes,
I might
please.
go ahead and yeah, so I might go ahead and tell something about it. But again, really thank you for the Euron team, Euron Systems team, and Mr. Sudhanshu, for arranging this, helping us sort out the setup, and starting this initiative of episodes. How we take it ahead, because this is something which is not being highlighted quite well. We hear coaches doing good numbers, we hear coaches doing bad numbers, coaches doing medium numbers. We have never heard how the real experiences look like, what they actually the journey is. So this is something which is basically to inspire, to basically understand the real insights. And I mean, amazing insight. I thought Egypt is not like an Indian market, it could be very different. But after speaking to you, it is like an Indian market. So
Yes.
the people who are definitely in India, who are thinking to explore more than India, Egypt is on priority for sure. That we should definitely look into the Egyptian market and how the people are going ahead over there. So thank
Mhm.
you for taking out the time, for the time difference, accepting our invitation at a very short period of time. Thank you for allowing us to keep this raw and natural. We really don't want to have a well scripted event.
Yes.
That's why we keep it live, and we do not share any initial questions. So to keep it raw, to keep it witty, to keep it real experiences and real insights. So thank you all for joining this, and thank you, ma'am, for coming here. I mean, I really love the conversation, explored, and the experiences and the understanding of clarity. I mean, that would also be one of the great takeaways. I should know what I'm doing, I should know what I want, and I should know why I want. I think
And
if
why?
I'm able to answer these, then definitely I, as an individual, could be a better person, and that would definitely go into credit to you. And again, thank you all, Mustafa, Sharik, Ruchi, and then there is Ashish, there is Shreya, there is Ruchi again, Shreya again. Thank you all. Profit. Okay, there is Travel. Okay, there is Aditya. Thank you all for the wonderful comments and being a part of this live. So we will catch you again with a different set of coach from a different background, from a different location tomorrow at 7 p.m. So please do come back to us. We will be streaming live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. IST. And thank you, Coach Hala, for taking out the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity of sharing my experience and knowledge. I hope I touched someone's heart. I'm always ready to answer any questions. I learned that there are lots of questions that there was no time to answer. My Instagram is very easy: coach.hala.fayed. Any questions that we did not get the chance to answer in our live session today, I'm always happy to answer.
Great. And also, there is a LinkedIn profile link of Coach Hala Faid on the description of this live stream. Please go ahead, follow her over there, and you can ask her questions. And
Yes.
also, a humble request to follow our channel, to subscribe our channel, to like the streams, to comment, and to share the for people who need it. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn at Mir Muhammad Heather. So, as it's mentioned, I'm the sales head at the Euron Systems. Please do follow us for further more real insights and exploring of the new territories and geography. Thank you all for joining the call. Thank you, ma'am, for joining the call and helping us. And I am that 1% for sure who has touched heart, especially two things: clarity, and the AI cannot replace the emotion. So I'm taking something back for sure from this call.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good day. Good evening.
Bye.
Bye bye.